morning. It was so nice to connect all together 2 weeks ago via Zoom. It was great to see everyone, and thank you again for the opportunity of giving you a walk through our showroom, a virtual walk. I'm glad that we're reconnecting today, and we're going to go through a little bit more in depth on some of the products that you identified during the initial Zoom virtual trunk show. So here we're going to start off with one of our most successful and unique products that we have, the IOA Exam Infusion Chair. You'll notice there's two names, Exam and Infusion. And that is because the chair finds application as an exam chair in exam rooms, as an infusion chair in oncology settings. It is by scale and appearance a standard recliner. It is mobile. It's on 4 double wheel casters. I can lock it in place just by the touch of the pedal. Now I'm going to introduce you to a colleague of mine, Kara Linker. Kara is the Director of Inside Sales, and she's going to act as a patient today. So I'm going to turn this chair around a little bit. And so what is unique about this chair? Well, first of all, it has, again, the comfort of a recliner, the ergonomics, the really high resiliency foam cushions. You will have noticed it has a handset, and that is because it is a powered recliner. So the patient sitting on it can grab the handset and control the reclining. So very easy to intuitive setting. The footrest and the back move independently from one another, so every patient can find exactly the angle of their back and their feet for the most comfortable position. So this can be, again, controlled by the patient. Also, the chair features a vertical lift, and that can be controlled by either 2 buttons on the handset, or if you prefer, by means of these 2 floor pedals. So I can now raise the patient straight up. It goes from a height of 18.5 inches to a height of 30.5 inches, which is a really comfortable height, so that clinicians don't have to bend over to provide the care to the patients. Again, even in the up positions, the back and the seat can be put to any angle. There is a completely flat position, or again, you can stop it before. This particular sample has an option that is available on all of our recliners. We call them folding arms. The arm is done in 2 parts. The upper part just folds down, and that opens up access to the patient. It is sturdy, easy to operate, and intuitive. So there's a number of benefits to, again, elevating a patient higher up. It provides a better connections, but obviously you know more than me about the technical benefits of this position. But it is a chair that has been widely used in infusion oncology. Clients around the country, from Memorial Sloan Kettering to Dana-Farber, use this in certain parts, not in every, infusion bay, but in certain ones. And it has a true and tried product. It was developed 12 years ago. It has the most reliable linear actuator. Those are the electrical motors that move all the parts of it. It has the 12-year warranty that covers the chair, covers every moving part. So it is reliable, it is unique, it is comfortable, and a truly proven product. As you can see, the descent is nice and slow and safe. It will not startle anyone. Elderly patients, we always keep in mind elderly patients as we design all of our products. Safety is one of our number one concerns. And so it really is a remarkable product. We can, don't know if you have had an opportunity to test it yet, but we'll be more than glad to send you a sample. I would like to point out a couple of things that are not visible, that were not included in this very sample. A paper roll is an option that is available for this chair. And we also have stirrups. This sample does not have them, but the stirrups would come out of the lower part of the arm, they unfold, and so those are two options. Other options include heated seats, USB ports. Those are all popular accessories for infusion, especially the heated seats. I will say it's one of the always tops the list of patient satisfiers, but the USB as well. And then there's a number of trays and tablets that is available. If you want to have a tray or a tablet on one side, you would have to forego the folding arm. And the folding arm is perhaps a feature that is more popular in examination than it is in infusion. So those are, again, an option. But I hope that gives you an idea of the uniqueness, the functional value of this chair, and hope that you'll have a chance to review it, a real sample soon. Now we're going to focus on three pieces that are part of the Kama collection. The Kama collection takes its name from Roz Kama. Roz has an interior design firm in New Haven, Connecticut, but she is known around the industry. She has published books on evidence-based design, patient experience. She's often a keynote speaker at various industry events, a very passionate lady who has spent her life, like you, doing healthcare design. So Roz came to us because she had some ideas that felt should be incorporated into some product designs. And so we went to work on a series of them. It started out with a product that, a patient-owned product that affects the visitor experience. And of course, the visitor experience affects the patient experience. The most important piece in a room for the visitor is perhaps the sleeper sofa. So we set out to design and develop one. First and foremost, we wanted for this piece to look beautiful, simple. We really wanted it to look like a sofa. So we refrained from hanging too many accessories to it that would have cluttered the aesthetic up. And as you can see, the Kama Sleeper has beautiful flowing line and a very simple design that really does look like an inviting and an elegant sofa. The conversions needed to be simple and intuitive as well. And as you approach the sofa, you would intuitively reach out for this handle, and then easily the sleep surface pulls out. But this is where Roz's ideas came into play. There are more wakeful hours in the room than there are sleeping hours. So we didn't want this just to be a sleep surface. We wanted this to be a platform for visitors, plural, perhaps more than one, two family members to get comfortable, relax, and engage with one another. As you can see, I am sitting with my legs up. I am leaning into this round corner. That really is the special feature of this sofa. That's what makes it so comfortable. If an arm and a back met at 90 degrees, I could not lean on it in the way that I'm doing right now. So this provides for an extremely comfortable posture that enables a visitor to be comfortable for several hours at a time. As I mentioned earlier, we didn't want to attach too many things to it, but we did develop some companion pieces, and the Kama table is one of these. As you can see, it has a handle in the front. This is a solid surface top and a steel frame. It has two little wheels in the back, so easily any visitor could pull it up, slide it underneath the sofa, and now you have a surface for laptop, dining, or whatever activity you may please. The durability is there. This is a funny way to demonstrate it, but we feel that when you develop, design, and manufacture a table, you're really essentially designing a stool, so we gotta be able to make them support anyone that might think they can sit on it. Always designing for worst case scenario when you're developing this category. The sleeper is mobile. It has a lever in the back that unlocks all 4 casters at once. So mobility is important. It enables the cleaning crews to easily and safely move the sofa so they can clean the floor underneath it. Also, this reveals a nice little feature of the sofa, this back shelf. The shelf can be used, as you can see, this is where I put my phone. I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but there are 2 optional features here, outlets for power and USB. Those are popular because obviously all of us are always trying to keep our devices charged up. So easy to move, place back, and now I can lock the caster all at once, and now it's safely back in place. So that is the first piece of the Kama collection. The second piece is the Kama bed chair. This is a small scale recliner. Ross came to us and said, when I visit children's hospitals, I often told by the parents that they want to get closer and comfortable by their child at bedside. Ideally, they would want to get in bed with them, but obviously that's not allowed. So we set out to create a small scale, easy to move chair. As you can see, it has a 4-caster base that can be pushed up against the bed and provide really exceptional comfort so that a parent at this point, perhaps facing their child or being along facing the same direction, the mechanism is quite simple. I just push back to get to the first recline position, and again, spend quality time at bedside next to my child. This is the second recline position, and it's not flat. I wouldn't consider this a sleeper, but it's certainly comfortable enough for a parent to spend several hours while engaging and connecting with their child at bedside. Very intuitive and smooth and effortless mechanism. Another feature that we developed for this chair, and this is optional, is a height adjustment. The beds can be high. You may want to be at eye level with your child, so all you do is reach for this little lever and raise the chair up approximately 5 inches. Again, that is all about the connection between you, the parent, and your child at bedside. And incidentally, even though it was developed while focusing on pediatrics, the same principles could apply for your elderly parent in the bed or any family member or any dear one that you want to be connect within a patient room setting. The third piece in the Kama collection is the Kama glider. It does not look like a glider, and that really is the main attribute of this chair. Until you see it moving, it looks like a beautiful, soft, flowing, curved, modern but not edgy chair. We were able to create a thin profile mechanism that allows this chair to glide and enabled us to put some legs on it. Most gliders have arms that go down to the floor to hide all the mechanism that is underneath the seat. Because of our mechanism is so thin profile, we were able to give it some legs. And again, it has a different aesthetic. It's more playful, it's more elegant. It is extremely comfortable, just like the Kama bed chair. The ergonomics is exceptional. It has not just lumbar support, but also this, as Ross call them, hip huggers. We actually studied automotive seating that has supports on the sides that center you and make it so comfortable. And very fun chair. It adds a great design to any room. We have seen it go in patient rooms as well as in public areas. we have noticed that there is an increased use of anything that moves to be used in public areas. A little motion takes the edge off, makes the time go by a little quicker. So this has been, again, a very successful addition to the Kama collection. We're now going to take a look at our latest introduction for public area seating. It is a modular system called 30 Square. The name refers to the 30 by 30 module, and that allows you to create grids of multiples. And here we have some examples. You will notice that it sits on a metal base. The metal base is durable, powder coated. It has adjustable glides. And what's unique about it is that once you have a metal base laid out, you are able to add all the modules on top: seats, backs, arms, tables, small tables, but you also can rearrange them at a later time. Because of this flexibility, the 30 Square has been extremely popular after the pandemic set on us, because most of our clients at this point are having to reduce the number of seats in the waiting rooms, knowing that perhaps one day they're going to be able to add them up. With 30 Square, you have the flexibility of doing just that. This 4-seat plus a table configuration, for example, should you want to remove a middle seat from underneath, only 4 fasteners will allow you to pull out the seat, and you can replace it with the tables. You will notice there's also screens. This is a semi-transparent screen. This can be added, subtracted. It can be mounted to the back. It can be mounted on the side. It can be mounted at different heights. So it is an incredible flexibility that is very timely these days. So this blue piece right here is a 4 corner pieces joined together that creates this island seating. You will see there are screens in between. This is here we're demonstrating screens of different heights. It features this curve that we really love and try to incorporate in all of our seating design, because it's extremely comfortable and it enables you to sit at different postures at different angles. You can take 2 of these, combine them to create a really wonderful and comfortable settee. With an additional piece in the middle, you can have a 3-seat sofas. So again, incredible flexibility is the key. A nice, classic, modern design, one that will fit just about in any space. The flexibility not only addresses adding and subtracting seats, but it addresses maintenance. Should a piece be damaged, let's say somebody were to puncture it with their key accidentally, then you can just remove very simply that piece and replace it. So it is an idea that we focus as we develop products. We call it a Protect the Investment design platform, and we design all of our pieces for ultimate renewability, so that if something were to happen because of an accidental damage by a visitor, or the cleaners may do a number on the product, everything can be renewed quickly, on place, on site, without delay and without extra cost. So 30 Square, it has been extremely successful since the introduction approximately a year ago. And its comfort, its flexibility, its nice and clean design, the choice of material. Here we're featuring, for example, a laminate table, but this is available in solid surface of any color as well. And then obviously, you know that we have the flexibility to work to meet any particular needs that you may have. A lot of times our clients will get us to work with a material that we may not have done before. You know, obviously you know that about IOA. 30 square, a absolutely great piece for the lounge seating and for the public areas. Another notable group of products for the public areas is the Portico collection. Portico was designed by HOK. It started out as a custom piece for one of their projects for New York Presbyterian. And once we got finished with it, we said it's a shame to only do it once. So HOK completed it into a wide collection that includes 2 seating lines and 2 table lines. Each line takes a name from an Italian city, so we're going to start with Milano. Milano has a single seat and some modular pieces for modular configurations. As you can see, it has beautiful, clean, flowing lines. Very simple design. Stainless steel legs. This is the single chair. As you can see, it has a nice width that is not just to accommodate larger people, but also to give it a good presence for the larger atriums and bigger rooms. Everything in every piece in the collection has a clean out, and that applies to all the pieces that we make, including the ones that you saw earlier, in case I failed to mention it. So we have the single chair, and this is some of the modules that are part of the modular seating. This is a 2-seater with an angle end that enables you to create rows that redirect at different angles. In this particular case, we took 2 of the same pieces, turned them at 180 degrees from one another to create this fun little tete-a-tete. So this is Milano. The other seating line is Capri, the beautiful island outside of Naples. The signature details about Capri is this beautiful wood paneling. It's on the side and on the back, as seen on this single chair. The single chair as well, the Capri has a nice generous width, again to give it some presence for the larger rooms. Then there is the round modular. Here we have 2 inward curves next to each other, but there are some outward bending curves that allow you to create those long rows. You can make a complete semicircle, or you can redirect it at just about any angle. This one also has this nice, elegant wood paneling in the back. The paneling can be done in laminate, veneer, or even done some in Dynoc, a really wonderful material. All fixed cushions, they flip up to reveal the clean out underneath. That goes for the single chair as well. This one, Capri, has a stainless steel base. Also, we love stainless steel as a material. It's probably the most durable material that we can use for this type of framing. Then there's 2 table lines. This is Prato. Prato has also a stainless steel frame that creates a beautiful geometry on the top and allows designers to do some fun interplays of color and textures. In this case, we have white and gray solid surface and a walnut laminate. The Prato tables come as square, rectangular, as well as round. And then obviously there's the custom dimensions that we can do for our clients. The other table line is Trieste. Trieste is actually the city I and my family come from in Italy. They're essentially drum tables made entirely out of solid surface. This is a square one, but we have different sizes for square and round tables of different diameters as well. Seamless, and obviously it rises the popularity of its base material. Solid surface is wonderful. It really holds up well to all the cleaners, and it can be, if there's ever a scratch, it can be buffed out. So it's a fantastic material that will really have our embrace for all, not just the tables, but for arm caps on all of our chairs as well. It features a bevel base that is an elegant detail, but also keeps people from banging their toes in it. So this is Capri, and now we're going to take a look at a collection that we're about to introduce next week, as a matter of fact. The new collection is Leo. Leo is a simple collection, nice, timeless, and classic. It consists of a single chair, a two-seater, a 2 or 3 seat bench, and coffee and side tables. It was all about an understated elegance. It is a design that has a quiet presence in a room. It has some classic lines, yet some really nice details. This little curve in the back, little subtle overhangs of the back over the arms. You'll notice that the back is a little higher than your typical lounge seating. And I bring this up because I remember that that's one of your preferences. You can call it a mid-back, but it's basically 3 or 4 inches higher than your typical lounge seating, so it provides greater comfort. It is on metal legs, but even the metal legs are tapered. They have adjustable glides. The legs are the same in all of the chairs and the tables as well. You see this coffee table here has a metal skirt and the taper leg. This one is shown in a solid surface, but it is available in a variety of materials. Very comfortable. Again, a slightly higher back, nice and thick foam upholstery with a really great suspension system underneath that provides not only extra comfort, but it prevents puddling from occurring. Although these samples don't show them, there are arm caps available for this, and as I mentioned earlier, all of our arm caps are available either in the polyester that comes in 30 standard colors or solid surface as well. It is a piece that, because of its simplicity and its timeless elegance, will fit in a modern space and more of in a transitional space, and it's not a look that's going to age out because it's got some timely elements to it. What you see in the middle here is a series of ottomans that is going to be introduced at the same time as Leo. It is very simple, 3 diameters, some tapered, slanted metal legs, and ottomans are something that can fit in any space and provide extra seating. They're fun pieces, so we feel like the 360 series of ottomans, as it's going to be called, is going to pair up with Leo, but with any of our lounge seating as well. We have 2 more sleeper solutions here. One that was just developed last year, and one that has been a successful piece in our collection for over 15 years. This is Horizon. Horizon was developed for a specific project with Perkins & Will. Their number one concern, the client is the Medical University of South Carolina, the new David Jenkins Children's Hospital. The number one concern was infection control issues, as well as bed bugs. They had some incidents of bed bugs in some of their facilities. The designer at Perkins & Will took inspiration from boating. She grew up boating with her father. In a cockpit of a boat, you have fiberglass benches and cushions that are attached and kept in place with snap buttons or toggle buttons so that it can be removed when the trip is over. That was the inspiration. Horizon has a solid surface platform. On this side, it extends to create a table. There is an arm on the other side, but you can have version with 2 arms or no arms or 2 tables. Stainless steel sled base legs, easy to move. They're high off the ground, so it's easy to clean underneath. Very simple conversion. You just flip the back over to create the sleep surface. And likewise, you just to put it back in a sofa mode. Should a bed bugs be detected, should there be a spill, the cushions can be easily removed. The whole sofa can be disinfected and cleaned, and the cushions can be easily put back in place. So that addressed their number one concern, but it's also a beautiful, simple, modern, clean sofa that really actually looks great in the rooms overlooking the Charleston Bay in Charleston, South Carolina. On this side, we have a solution that was created About 15 years ago for Seattle Children's, they were looking for a sofa that opened up wide enough to provide a sleep surface wide enough for 2 overnight visitors, in this case, both parents. So we designed this concept. You reach out at the handle and you pull out the seat. And as you can see, the back drops in the cavity right underneath. That creates a really nice and wide sleep surface. This specific one on this sample is 40 inches wide. There is a version that goes to 50 inches wide and one that goes to 60 inches wide, which is pretty much the size of a queen size mattress. Durable, intuitive, extremely comfortable, a true performer. We created for Seattle Children's 15 years ago. They're still using it and using it in all their new facilities. And it has become a bestseller for any and all of those clients that are looking for an extra wide sleep surface. Sleeper sofas like these are certainly the preferred ways of laying out a patient room. They look great, usually placed in front of the window, but not all floor plans of rooms allow for a piece that large. Sometimes all you may have room for is that for a sleeper chair. This is our 88 sleeper chair. It is mobile on 4 locking casters. You can lock it in place just by the touch of a pedal. And it features a remarkably intuitive and simple conversion. You just reach over for the handle right here, you pull it forward, and that in one step conversion creates the sleep surface. It is very comfortable. As you can see, it has thick cushions. It supports bariatric loads of 500 or 700 pounds. Again, the conversion is extremely simple. I truly think this is the best chair of its kind in the market. This one is shown with polyester arm caps. They are impervious to all hospital cleaners, but you can have solid surface arm caps as well, or just upholstered arms. It is available in chair width, love seat width, and anything in between. The slogan that comes with all of our sleeper offering is, we make them by the inch. And that is something that comes in handy, because you always are going to run into a room that's a little different from the others. There may be some columns in the way, the corner rooms, and we can accommodate for those kinds of dimensions without affecting the price nor the lead time. So this is the 88 Sleeper series. Now just a few words about our recliner offering. It is a category that we have taken farther than any company in our industry. Since developing our first recliner about 35 years ago, we continue to develop different ones because each department have their own requirements and dynamics, and it did not take long to realize that one recliner was not going to meet the needs of every department in every hospital. So for 35 years, we have developing, and now we find ourselves with a really broad selection of recliners. We only have a few here because we can't show them all. It's literally in the 100. We have different styles and then different mechanisms. Here are just 3 of the styles. This is the EVA recliner style, rectilinear, tight upholstery, very clean, straight lines, and nice classic elegance. Opposite stylistically than the EVA is our Kangaroo. The Kangaroo is soft, even has some creases. It conveys softness and extreme comfort. This was developed to support Kangaroo care in the NICUs. And finally, our Suspend, our best-selling style. And the Suspend is a great modern look, very ergonomic. All the curves are there for a reason, for comfort. The backward sloping arms follow the elbows as you recline. And so just a great, up-to-date recliner style. There are approximately 15 versions of recliners, and each version has a different mechanism that make that recliner unique in the way it reclines and what it functionally does. So within each style, we have lay flat recliners. wall saver recliners, rocker recliners, glider recliners, and so on. So each department will find the version that really works for them. What they all do share is an incredible durability and strength, because we manufacture our own mechanisms here on location. So we make them durable, we make them unique, we make them strong. Durability is not just about longevity. The strength of the mechanism also affects the safety. I like to point out, for example, that the footrest will support somebody that mistakenly, they shouldn't, but as I said earlier, you have to design for worst case scenario, may decide to leave the chair without retracting the footrest. And then at one point they will be sitting on the footrest, and that could result in a patient fall. This was brought to our attention by the University of Michigan, who was facing a high rate of patient falls, and that they discovered that a lot of the falls occurred when some user did just what I demonstrated, exit the chair without retracting the footrest, sitting on the footrest and ending up falling on the floor. So it is about safety as much as it is about the longevity and durability. It's all about the features. It's the ergonomics, the type of foam. We're now, the folding arm, for example, it's a feature that may work in certain departments. It increases access to the patients. So as you can see, the arm is split in two, it folds down. There's no visible hardware, so it's safe. It can perform, you can perform a lateral transfer from the chair without injuring the patients. You will notice here, this is a switch for the heated seat. Heated seats are definitely a very popular feature for oncology infusion. And at the touch of a button, a patient can control the temperature of their seat and back. It is safe, it is pleasant, and it always seems to be at the top of the list of patient satisfiers. We have a wide range of tables and trays. This is one that can be folded out of the way and then can be spanning across the patients and rotate at different angles. This is just one of many. Again, the recliner mechanism is one that has independent footrest and back motion, so that every patient can find exactly the right angle, the most comfortable angle. Notice that there's no gap between the seat and the footrest. That is a detail that looks better, is more comfortable, and makes it easier to clean. Having focused on this category for over 35 years, I think the details really show our experience and our dedication to this category. So mobility is another important issue. This one features a central locking system, another very popular accessory for all of recliners. Makes it easier for both patients and nursing staff to safely lock with one touch of a pedal the recliner. But it has an additional feature on the side. You will notice a foot pedal. This is connected to a hydraulic lift base. So a nurse can safely raise a patient up to a 30-inch level. So it goes from 18 to 30, 12-inch rise. There's a number of benefits to this. It increases, together with the folding arm, access to the patients. It makes it so that clinicians don't have to bend over to, as they care for the patient, and that prevents back injuries to nurses, which is a real problem for all hospitals, as nurses have a higher incidence of back injuries than even UPS drivers. So with this category, it is about aesthetics, it's about ergonomics, it's about the features, and you can also touch on safety for both the patients and the clinicians. We're known for our recliners. We make them durable. We have the broadest offering in the industry. I think you have tried a number of them, and we encourage you, as you identified other versions of recliners that may work for you. We'll be glad to give you a sample so you can try it in the real setting. And that is absolutely the best way to evaluate pieces that are this complex and dysfunctional.